All right, today we're going to talk about something really profound from the work of Carl Jung. It's called the Sophia stage, and it's basically what he saw as the final awakening in our psychological journey. You know this person, right? You've met them. They're the one who doesn't get sucked into drama. They don't seem to need your approval or anything from you, really. And there's this stillness about them that can be, well, kind of unnerving. Their calm is so complete, it actually makes other people nervous.
And because of that, this is what they hear all the time. Friends, family, they get confused, maybe even a little worried. They'll say things like, "You used to be so much warmer," or "I just feel like I don't know you anymore." Everyone just assumes that this new quietness, it must be a sign that something's broken.
But what if it's not a breakdown? What if it's the exact opposite? According to Carl Jung, this isn't a problem that needs to be fixed. It's the arrival. He believed this kind of transformation means something has gone profoundly, fundamentally right. So let's get into it. What in the world is the Sophia stage? Well, Jung named it after Sophia, which is the Greek word for wisdom. And listen, this isn't just a phase or, being in a good mood for a week. Jung saw this as a permanent reorganization of your entire inner world. It's what happens after years of doing the hard inner work, facing your own shadow, and finally becoming a fully integrated person. And this right here, this shows you the massive gap between how it looks and how it feels. To everybody else, this person might seem detached, cold, maybe even broken. But on the inside, the experience is one of pure clarity, of completeness, of wholeness. They aren't broken at all. They're finally complete. So how do you even recognize this stage in yourself or someone else? Well, Jung laid out 5 really specific signs to look for. First up, and this one is maybe the most misunderstood of them all, is the death of a very particular kind of hope. Now, this isn't about becoming hopeless or giving up on your own life. That kind of motivating hope, that's still there. What dies is the impossible hope, the hope that other people will magically change into who you need them to be. You just stop waiting for that parent to finally show up or for that toxic relationship to suddenly become healthy. You just accept reality, and man, that frees up a ton of energy. The second sign. This one shows up in a really practical and honestly, sometimes shocking way. A person in the Sophia stage develops this almost visceral sensitivity to what's a real connection versus what's just a performance. And because of this, their social world shrinks, like dramatically. Why? Because their standards for connection become incredibly high, and they're just not negotiable anymore. They stop keeping up relationships out of guilt or obligation. The only connections that are left are the ones that are truly honest, mutually responsible, and actually add energy to their life instead of draining it. Okay. The third sign. This one completely changes how they deal with other people's problems. They lose what you might call the missionary impulse. They just stop trying to fix people, to wake them up, to offer advice they didn't ask for, or to save them from themselves. Now, on the outside, this can look like indifference, but it's actually a sign of profound respect. They get that real growth can't be given to someone. It has to be earned through their own journey. So they become a sacred witness. They're present, they care, but they trust other people to walk their own path. The fourth sign, now this one can cause the biggest fireworks in their social circles. It's because they become completely immune to emotional manipulation. All the classics, guilt tripping, playing the victim, threatening to withdraw love, they just stop working. And why is that? It's because all the little psychological hooks those tactics grab onto, like needing to be a good person or fearing abandonment, they've been healed. They're gone. So when someone tries to pull those old levers, the person in the Sophia stage might feel compassion for them, sure, but they don't feel that compulsive pull to rescue them or to give in. The manipulator's tools just don't connect to anything anymore. Their power to control is, quite simply, gone. And all of this brings us to the fifth and most subtle sign of all. They stop explaining themselves. And this isn't out of arrogance. It comes from a deep, quiet realization that their truth is valid whether or not anyone else on the planet gets it. That hunger to be seen, to be understood, especially by people who seem determined to misunderstand you, it just vanishes. They know their truth, and that's enough. So when you put these 5 signs together, what do you get? You get this powerful new state of being. Jung called this psychological sovereignty. It's when your internal foundation is so solid that literally nothing on the outside can knock you over. It's not about being emotionless or rigid. It's about having an internal center of gravity that is just unshakable.
Now, if you're listening to this and recognizing yourself in this description, you might be wondering, have I lost something? My warmth? My empathy? My humanity? This is the beautiful reframe Jung offers. What feels like losing the need to be liked is actually gaining true autonomy. What feels like losing hope for other people is actually gaining freedom from illusion. You see, you haven't lost anything real. You've only lost your illusions. And what you got in return was freedom.
So if this is you, Jung's message is crystal clear. You're not cold, you're not damaged, you are not broken. You have simply done the incredibly hard, painful work of becoming whole.
And that quietness that others find so unsettling, that silence that you yourself might have worried about, yeah, that's not a symptom of the problem. It is the entire point.